And Paul will talk about, in these verses particularly, the battle between his old nature of sin and his new life in Christ. He feels pulled in both directions. On the one hand, every day his heart is drawn nearer to God. He's been born again of the Spirit. On the other hand, his flesh isn't playing with him. It just wants to go the other way. But the closer you get to the Lord, the worse you begin to look. The more I realize how sinful my flesh is, how deceptive it can be. The better I see him, the worse I see of myself. And really, only someone who isn't a very strong Christian will live with the illusion that spiritually he's got it made in the shade, Now Paul, he's contrite and he's humble and he's broken, and he characterizes someone who realizes as he's growing that he has more of a need for the Lord than ever before. He's been teaching the doctrines, but doctrines are no good if you can't live them. You can have all the truth in your head you like. If you're not walking in them, what good does that do? There are several places in the Bible where Paul really puts himself in a low spot. He said to Timothy, I thank the Lord that he has enabled me, counted me worthy, putting me in the ministry. Worthy, saying, faithful, saying, Christ came into the world to save sinners, and I'm the chief sinner. This isn't some guy pretending to be humble. This is what Paul saw in and of himself. He did write to the Corinthians there in 1 Corinthians 15:10, by the grace of God, I am what I am. I've become all that I've become by his work in me.